Hi there, welcome back to Explore Grammar with Zabed. This is the part 2 of the lesson on article. In part 1, we looked at the uses of indefinite article a and an. In today's video, we are going to look at the uses of definite article the or the and try to find out when we must use article the and when we must not use article the or the. So, if you are ready, let's start the topic.
Before starting the uses of definite article, we'll understand how to pronounce the. If article the is added before words which start with vowel sound, it is pronounced as the. For example, the apple, the onion. Again, if article the is added before words which start with consonant sound, we pronounce it as the. As for example, the big apple, the rounded onion. Let's now look into the important uses of article the. Use the to talk about a person or thing known to your listener. For example, Celia has a 10 years old son. The boy wants to be an engineer. Here, I first say a 10-year-old son as we don't know him yet. Once I introduced him in the sentence, I can say the boy because he is now known to me. One more example of it. This is the laptop that my brother gave me for my birthday. This example is little bit different because if I stop with this is the laptop, then you will be confused as you don't know about the laptop. But then if I give you more information about the laptop, it's the laptop that my brother gave me for my birthday, so that's way it becomes known to you. Let's look into the second uses of article the. It is used before a singular noun when it represents the whole class. For example, the cow is a useful animal. Here we are talking about the whole class of cow, so the is used. One more example of it. The cat loves comfort. Here we are talking about the whole class of cat, that's why we use the here. Let's now move on the third uses. Use the with unique things. That is, where there is only one of something like the sun, the moon, the sky, the world, the universe, etc. Here are a couple of sentences. Everyone knows that the moon shines at night. Almost everybody uses the internet today. Next use of article the is with some words referring to nature or the environment in general. These are the words such as the countryside, the town, the mountains, the beach, the weather, etc. For example, Masood enjoys spending time in the beach. We are going to take a trip to the mountains. Uses number 5 is with names of musical instruments. We say the guitar, the violin, the piano, and so on. For example, Ayman plays the guitar. Is the violin easy to learn? So, remember to put article the before the names of musical instruments. In the same way, to talk about the scientific inventions, we often use article the. For example, The telephone was invented by Alexander Graham Bell. People say that the internet is the most important invention of the 20th century. The next use of article the when we talk about our body parts. Usually, we just use possessive forms like my, your, his, her, our, etc. with these organs. But when we want to talk about something bad happening to a body part, we use article the. For example, the criminal was shot in the back while running from the police. Notice, I didn't say in his back. I said in the back. Similarly, Nadia was standing by the side of the road when a tennis ball hit her in the eye. So, we can say in the stomach, in the eye, on the nose, in the leg, etc. Let's look into the next use of article the. It is used before some proper nouns which come under below category with oceans and seas. For example, the Pacific, the Black Sea, before the name of rivers. For example, the Nile, the Tigris, with deserts. For example, the Sahara, with a group of islands, as for example, the West Indies. Before the name of mountain ranges, for example, the Himalayas. Before the name of holy books, as for example, the Quran, the Bible. So, these are the proper nouns with which we must use article the. We even use article the with the names of journals and newspapers, as for example, the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal. Use the with ordinal numbers and the superlatives. For example, the first, the second, the third, the biggest, the best, the ugliest, etc. Sometimes we use article the with family names to refer to a family as a single group. As for example, we live next door to the Hans. They are great neighbors. One more example of it. The Smiths have invited us to go on a picnic with them this weekend. Use the with some comparative statements. For example, the more I run, the more he chases me. The higher we fly, the harder we face. We even use article the to indicate nationalities. For example, the British ruled India for 200 years. The Belgian chocolate is impossible to resist. Use article the with systems of transportation like the bus, the subway, the metro, the train, etc. For example, you need to take the subway and get off in Harvard Square. Now, let's look at the different type of categories where the is not necessary before a noun. First one is we must not use article the when we speak about people or things in general. For example, information is money, opticians prescribe glasses. The second case is with sports, subjects of study, and meals. We must not use article the. As for example, I am not keen on hockey or volleyball. Sarah has decided to study history instead of law. What will you prepare for dinner? We must not use article the with proper nouns including name of people, cities, companies, countries, subcontinent, languages, special days, elements, etc. Let's look into few examples of it. Shumi has 4 children. I have never been to Europe. Bangladesh is a small country. Shohad speaks in Spanish and English. Apple and Microsoft are competitors. We must not use article the before names of substances and abstract nouns. For example, milk is good for health. Honesty is the best policy. We don't put article the before plural countable nouns when they are used in a general sense. For example, children like toys. Books are good companions. We must not use article the in the expression means of travel. For example, they are coming by bus. We like to travel by train. Again, we must not use the if an acronym is pronounced as a word. For example, AIDS, UNICEF, NATO, etc. Don't put article the before the certain phrases made up of a preposition and noun. As for example, he is at school. He spent whole day in bed. Again, we must not even use article the in certain phrases consisting of a transitive verb and its object. For example, he took offense at my words. She left home in the morning. We don't use article the before common nouns when they go in pairs. For example, both husbands and wife received serious injuries. So, that's all about the uses of article the in this video. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any questions or suggestion related to the lesson, please write it in the comment section. If you like the video, please hit the like button. Do share the video so others can learn. And do subscribe this channel. Also, press the bell icon to get regular update about the course.